On the screen you can see the names of different attractions pop up as we go past them. To get to the Tower of London and Tower Bridge, you'll most likely have to take public transport of some form. We took the overground, so now you have to wear face masks, and the trains and train stations are signposted everywhere about this. We caught a 9 AM train on a Sunday morning, so it was relatively empty, and these shots give you a sense of that. We arrive in at London Bridge Station, and it's probably a 15-minute walk from the station over Tower Bridge and around to the attraction of the Tower of London. So out of London Bridge Station, across the road onto more London Riverside, and down to the River Thames. This is great for our kids as it gives them a chance to run all over the place without interacting with cars. Great to be able to wander down and then get this money shot of the Tower of London and Tower Bridge, and that there is the City Hall, which is the Mayor of London. So Tower Bridge there, sweeping around to the Tower of London itself, and then further around to just all the different buildings around there, and you can just see HMS Belfast sitting right there on this side of the riverbank. And off we go again, and going right up beside City Hall there on the right, and coming over to another vantage point. So another hero shot there of Tower Bridge, which we'll walk through and across in a moment, around to the Tower of London, the Gherkin, keeping going further around, the walkie-talkie. Now you can see HMS Belfast sitting there, the warship, and then around to the Shard, which is right on top of London Bridge Station. So we will head off towards Tower Bridge and walk across it. Might as well do some Tower Bridge facts while we're going. Tower Bridge is a combined bascule and suspension bridge in London. Basically it means the middle sections opens up to let ships go underneath. It was built between 1886 and 1894. It is often confused with London Bridge, which is actually half a mile upstream from here, just a little further left in this shot. The bridge deck we cross is freely accessible, but the upper part has the Tower Bridge Experience and Exhibition, which has an admission charge. Usually you can drop down the stairs, go along the Thames River to the admission entrance. This was closed off, presumably due to COVID, so now you have to walk all the way around the castle. We got an annual membership just before lockdown, so while we had to pre-book, we didn't have to pay. Hampton Court Palace we went to a few days ago, see link around the video, is also part of this annual membership, and a no-brainer. If you go to any two castles during the year, it works out cheaper right away. Also included in this annual membership is Banqueting House, Kensington Palace, Kew Palace, and Hillsborough Castle and Gardens. Shots might look overcast, but that's just because you're looking into the sun. It was actually a bright blue sky day. We got there right before it opened, so the queue here looks far worse than what it was. It's just all the early birds. For the most part, it was a painless process. They just have a good look at the tickets on your phone and you're done. Go through Baywood Tower, and previously the ticket check was at Middle Tower. We go into Wakefield Tower, which has an exhibit on torture. That is actually the opposite of a torture rack and folds people over to get to the truth. We loop back around, and the building on the right in the centre of the grounds is called White Tower. Right there if we looked up a bit more. We hang a left and go into what is called Bloody Tower, so named as it is believed to be the site of the murder of the princes in the tower, which allowed Richard III to take the throne. Up a really tight spiral staircase, and into an exhibit that details the princes of the tower and remains discovered that can't conclusively be proved to be theirs, but thought to be so. We go for a wander around Tower Garden, and end up at the spot where Anne Boleyn, amongst others, were executed. A plaque detailing this, and there is now a sculpture installed to commemorate this. From here off to see the crown jewels, but there's no filming in here, so this still will have to suffice. This is peak season on a hot Sunday and the place is almost empty. Speaking with some of the staff, usually they would get 12 to 13,000 guests a day. At the moment they are struggling to get 1,000. The day they reopened, they had all of 400 people. Naturally they are concerned and pretty much said that if there was a second lockdown, being a charity, they might not survive. This is White Tower, and recommend you go into this as soon as you can. As the day goes on, it gets really hot in the tower. When we went through, it was really pleasant. Similar to Hampton Court Palace last week, these spaces are amazing at the moment. You almost feel like you have it all to yourself. There is no trying to see over people or really waiting for somebody in front of you. You get unobstructed views of just about anything you want to see, and as a visitor, it's just fantastic. We saw the crown jewels a couple of times and wandered straight in both times. Once the day gets going normally, there would be a queue of about 2 hours outside. It's so crazy now that there's just nobody here. The castle at the moment is only open Wednesday to Sunday, so make sure you don't try to come on a Monday or Tuesday. Some Tower facts. The Tower of London is officially called Her Majesty's Royal Palace and Fortress of the Tower of London. It was founded towards the end of 1066 as part of the Norman Conquest of England. The White Tower, which also gives the entire castle its name, was built by William the Conqueror in 1078 and was a resented symbol of oppression inflicted upon London by the new ruling elite. Another shot of the White Tower from a different angle. They promote the whole area as a fortress, a palace, a prison, so it's had many roles over the last 1,000 years. From here we will wander around to Traitor's Gate. Traitor's Gate is an entrance through which many prisoners of the Tudors arrived at the Tower of London. The gate was built by Edward I to provide a Watergate entrance to the tower, part of St Thomas's Tower, which was designed to provide additional accommodation for the royal family. From here we head up the stairs into St Thomas's Tower. St Thomas's Tower was built between 1275 and 1279. It has some great views over the River Thames and Tower Bridge. In and through a couple other rooms, and then going to go over a little bridge here and into Wakefield Tower. An interesting circular type room, and then up some stairs and onto one of the actual walls. Some more stunning views over the Thames, Tower Bridge, and then coming back around to White Tower in the centre of the Tower of London. And off we go again. Here we go into Lawnthorne Tower, in and through, and back up onto the walls, and here. So here you have Salt Tower, which before, when it was open, you go through there, and you come out here, and then you can run all the way along the castle wall, and then you come out near the Crown Jewels, but obviously now that's closed. So head around and go back the way that we came, down some stairs. We'll take another look at White Tower, just from a slightly different angle. Nice blue skies, and over there is the Shard. And then going through here is the only cafe which is open at the moment. And we're pretty much done, so out the main gate there, and back to the outside. So from the front entrance, go through and do another 360, so you can sort of see the walls, the entrance there, White Tower, and coming back around and down to the Shard. So this now is all a one-way exit. You used to be able to walk straight off Tower Bridge down along here, but now you can only get to it coming through and out the Tower of London. Another scenic shot starting off at Middle Tower, down to Baywood Tower, and Tower Bridge again, and sweeping back around. So just have a look at that there, and off, out, and through the gift shop. That is the final exit. A quick walk back to where we started. So here you can see it's a lovely Sunday afternoon, peak season, August, about 12:30, and this is the extent of the queue for the tower. So there's like nobody here. You basically walk straight in. So definitely a great time to check it out. You wander around, there's next to nobody inside. I don't think there'll ever be a situation like this again. We'll start doing everything in reverse now, heading back around the castle the way that we came, over Tower Bridge, and then back and head towards London Bridge train station. So is Tower of London still worth a day out? Well, if you hadn't figured it out by now, in our view, absolutely. We managed to get in and out, do everything we want as we wanted, no waiting around for queues, and feeling like we managed to see everything we needed to see and could do things multiple times and being very satisfied. Most of it is still pretty much open. There was a couple of places which weren't open within the Tower of London itself. In particular, the cafe, the larger cafe, wasn't open. So if you got little kids, the small little cafe that they had there didn't have a wide selection of food and things like that, and not things that kids would necessarily gravitate towards. So if you are coming along, it's probably worth bringing a snack or something for them, or lunch, or cut sandwiches or something of that flavour. We managed to walk in the door at home at about 1:30, which was great, seeing that the day got up to 30 degrees anyhow, so I could have the kids back and not out in the hot sun. And you know how kids get when they get tired and heated up and just start getting a little bit complainy and all those sorts of things. So didn't manage to hit that stage, yet still enjoyed the day. The castle is a charity and COVID has really knocked it about, so if you can get out and support them, definitely do. It's going to be a great day out. No queues, feels like you got the place to yourself. You can do things at your own pace. You're not limited by other people or having to wait in lines for hours on end. Would you go? If you've been, what did you think? Sound off in the comments below. What are other castles like post-lockdown? How do they compare? Recently we've done similar videos on Hampton Court Palace, Leeds Castle and Hever Castle UK as to what they're like post-lockdown. Or you can check out our sponsors' accommodation on the Kent coast, just over an hour east of London, for a great weekend getaway or holiday. That's it from us here at Family Bricks. Hit that thumbs up button if you found something useful in this video, and thanks for watching. Until next time, when we talk about all things lifestyle.